Uh, well, hello. How are you doing? This is Yasmin Jairo. Thank you for joining me. Uh, as as you already can see, I do smoke tobacco, and I do not recommend it. It's a bad habit, and it is very difficult to stop smoking. So, uh, to today is Sunday. It is weekend. So, how are you feeling? I uh, I woke up a bit late in the afternoon today, so that already tells you that I am not perfect. I am not a saint. Uh, I'm just a human being, and I make mistakes. Uh, this video may be a bit longer, so maybe it's a good idea to grab a cup of coffee. Uh, so maybe I should tell you a little bit about myself in case this is the first time that you stumble upon me. So my name is Yasmin Jairo. I am now 37 years old. I uh, I live in this little village, Zolhem, in the Netherlands. I was originally born in Bosnia and Herzegovina, that is in the neighborhood of Italy in Europe. And then when I was 10 years old, the war was already going on within the country for a while, and then we fled the country to the Netherlands, and that is where I still live. Uh, Unfortunately, in 2011, uh, I got some mental problems. I got a mental disability, and because of that, I have an income from the government, and but I do also have a business, and then the income from my business would be deducted from that income. And now the agency that gives me my income has changed. So now they say if I earn less than 4,000 a year, they would not cut that from my income. So I would have a bit of extra money, which is nice. Okay, I have. This is actually my second business, and in 2015 I was looking for work, and I could not find anything. I printed out my resume uh, a lot of times, and with that I visited companies in the city of Dudingham where I used to live, but none of them had work for me. And then my sister and her boyfriend at that time, they came to my mother's house where I was living, and I told them about this, and then they were both in sales, in door-to-door sales, and they say, well, maybe you can work in sales, because in sales you also have to visit a lot of people, and you obviously can do that. So they gave me sales training, and they gave me greeting cards, and then they gave, and then they would train me. They would they would tell me about the work and how to do it, and they also took me with them to go door to door, so that I could see how it goes and how you have to do it. And then after a while, I went out selling on my own in my neighborhood in the city of Duttingham. And I would knock on doors, I would ring the bells, I would tell the sales presentation, and then after a while, someone would buy, and then I would continue selling, and then another person would buy, and so on. And that was on behalf of a foundation that they had started. And then after a while, there was some issues, because if you are going door to door for a charity, you have to get a permit from the government. And then if you get it, you could only like go door to door 2 weeks in the year in a particular region, and then after that you have to apply for a permit for a different region, and then if you get it, you can also go work there for 2 weeks, and then you have to move on. So that was not really practical for me. So I started my second business, and since end of 2015 and January of 2016, I just kept on selling greeting cards on behalf of my company. That is called Hyro, like my last name, and I am doing that door-to-door selling now for a bit more than 7 years. And next to that, I also write books. I've written quite a few until now, but my books are sold online, and the greeting cards are sold offline with door-to-door selling. Uh, okay, so that's a bit about me, and then at some point I have written a new book, and it is called "This is the Real Secret to Success." Forget mindsets, shiny objects, and the law of attraction. and I've made at that time a short video where I that I have written that book. And now I was thinking like maybe I should explain a bit more about how uh, how that how I came to that conclusion and how that book came about, right? Because maybe for some people uh, they perceive it like maybe, well, this just another guy who claims to have the secret to success, you know. So that could be one way to perceive it. Another way could be, well, uh, how do you say it? Uh, uh, it's like a bit like opposing people, right? Uh, that could be another way to perceive it. So, uh, and I unfortunately have uh, said in that video about this book that that in it I trash another book which is a bestseller and that you should not do that. But I think it came out a little bit wrong because actually in the book I have not said anything bad about that book that I am referring to. That's a big bestseller. And I have also not said anything bad about the author of that book. I have just simply disproved it. So, and I want to make clear that uh, that I am not in the business of trashing anybody, and I'm also not in the business of trashing people's books or products or creations. Uh, as you now know, I am just in the business of selling my greeting cards and also my gift mugs like this. And I'm also in the business of selling the books that I have written. But if I come across something and I think it's wrong, then I am allowed to say that I disagree, and I am also allowed to disprove it, right? I am I am living in this wonderful little country, the Netherlands, and here we have freedom of speech. So I am allowed to say the truth. Uh, okay, so I've made a couple of notes. I have them here, and oh yeah. Well, maybe maybe I can like really quickly show you some things from my business, because here in the description I have, well, maybe there are some people who are like really skeptical, and they are looking at this and then they think, well, how do I know that you have a real business like you say you do, right? So I have written in the description, here in the Netherlands, uh, every business, whether that be a sole proprietorship or a BV, which is something similar to an LLC. All the businesses and also all the foundations in the country, they are registered at the Chamber of Commerce in the Netherlands, and in Dutch that is Kamer van Koophandel, and the website is www.kvk.nl, and every business that is registered there gets a Chamber of Commerce number, and after that they are also registered at the Dutch IRS, the tax people, and then they get another number from the tax people, which is with which you file your taxes and pay your taxes. So if you come across a business in the Netherlands, perhaps online or offline, and you want to make sure that it's real, then you go to kvk.nl, and then they have like this bar, and next to that it says zoeken, and that means search. So in the bar you can type in the name of the business and then click enter, and then in the search results the business will show up, and there you see a little bit information about the business, and you also see that it's real, and that it pays taxes. So I don't know how this is in other countries, right? Because I live here. So in the beginning, I would order greeting cards from this guy in Belgium who has a greeting cards business that is selling to consumers, but also is a supplier for businesses and foundations. And then after a while, I decided to design my own greeting cards. And then I just have to make the design. I have to go to a printing company. I have to upload my design. Then I say how many greeting cards I would like, for example, 500 or 1,000. And then I order them, and then they print them and send them to me. So I have made some designs, and this one is for the holidays and the New Year. It says Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year. And on the back, it shows the logo of my business, the link to the website of my business, the Dutch one, and below that it shows the link to one of my author pages. And then I've made this one. It says congratulations, and this one people can use for birthdays, obviously, but also for other occasions. If you get a new house, you can send a card which says congratulations, and then you write in the card like congratulations with your new house or with your new job or your new business or whatever, right? And then at the back we have the company's logo, the link to the company's website, and a link to my old author website where you can find my books. And then we have this one, and this one is in English. It says Happy Birthday to you. And then we have this one. It also says congratulations in Dutch. And we have this one with the kitten. It says Happy Birthday. This is the back side. We have this one with the puppies. This one says congratulations, enjoy your day in Dutch. And this one is my best-selling greeting card. I think because a lot of people have a dog here in the Netherlands. So, and this is the back of it. This is the newest one that I designed. It says Happy Birthday, and it looks really beautiful. And I have sold like maybe about 700 of these, but all offline with door-to-door selling. So I would take 5 of these. I would put the envelopes within them, and I would put them in this plastic bag, and that's a package of greeting cards of 5, and that's €5, and that's how I sell them. And this is the back of it, and this is the link to the company's website, the Dutch one, and this is the link to my new paid author website. So it has a much shorter link. It's just yasminhairo.com. And then I would at one time I would have designed 5 different greeting cards for 5 different occasions, and I would then put the 5 different greeting cards in one package and sell them like a package of greeting cards for 5 different occasions. And this one says, I wish you a lot of strength in this difficult time. So you can use this one if somebody would die. And here's the logo and the links, but it was a little bit not sharp, a little bit not pixely, a bit pixely, right? It was not clear, not sharp, not a sharp image. So I have to redo these ones. Okay, I have for Christmas. I have also again ordered at this guy in Belgium, so that I can offer people like more choice. And but then on the back you see it says Belgian greetings. Yeah, Belgian greetings. So I did not design these ones. Okay. Uh, Here we have the old flyer that is advertising a few of my books. And here is a little bit about the business. And here you see me holding the greeting cards. And that was the old one. I have made a new one. I think I made a little mistake because this was a picture of me that is taken at the store. I should probably use another picture, right? So I'm like advertising the stuff from the supermarket instead of my business. So it's a bit of a mistake. But I told you I'm human. I make mistakes. And this is the back of it. It's advertising one of my books, last 10 years. This is the logo. Here we have Key Key, you see. That's the number from the Chamber of Commerce. And we have the address and the links to the website and the links to my author website. And I don't have many of my books at my home. Actually, I do have all the files in which I have written them. Right, I have that on my computer. I have the covers and so on my computer. Occasionally, I would order a few paperbacks of mine, like this one, and but then I already know what's in them, so I would then give them away for free, right, to people that come visit me. And this one, it says, become a millionaire in sales. It's a rather short booklet. And well, in my business, that would mean, so I told you I charge €5 for one package of greeting cards, and in them there are 5 greeting cards. So then you just have to divide 1 million by €5, and that would be 200,000 packages of greeting cards that I have to sell to earn 1 million. And that's like the main idea of this little booklet. And then it's that's probably a different number for every business, right? So, okay. So now you know that the business is real, right? You can also look it up on the Dutch Chamber of Commerce. I have written about that in the description. So let us now talk about this other book of mine, and then as I tell you, you can understand how I came to that conclusion and how that book came into existence, and uh, then it is obviously up to you to decide whether you like this video and my book, or and you agree with it, or whether you don't like it and you disagree with it. And however you feel about it, you are free to tell me that in the comments, right? So, okay. Um, you know that uh, Bosnian language is my like mother's tongue. How do you say it? My mother's language. Yeah, and after that, because we moved, I learned the Dutch language because we live in the Netherlands. And then after that, when I went to school, I learned English and also a little bit from movies and from music, right? Uh, so so I don't know all the English words. So occasionally I will have to look them up and translate them as I am making the video. I hope you don't mind that. But maybe there is like a benefit in that because uh, I will use really simple English, and I will not use difficult words that you have to look up in the dictionary, right? So okay. Um, let me start by telling you of three success experiences of myself. I just have to look up a word because I don't know how to say it. Oh, okay. Here it says primary school. So that is where you go when you are like really young. Here it is from your fourth year until your 12th year. You go to primary school. Okay, and then after that, you go to high school. Okay. So I went to high school here in the Netherlands, and we had to choose a direction. You could go like direction of economics or sport or something like that, and then that would take like 4 years to complete, and then at the end of the fourth year you get an exam, and if you pass it you get a diploma, right? So I just I have to translate it. Okay, here it is called a MAVO diploma, which stands for Middelbaar Algemeen Voortgezet Onderwijs, and that means in English, general secondary education. I don't know if that's the right translation, but there we just had like classes in Dutch, in English, in German. We have history. We also have, how do you call this? Geography, right? But it was all theory, so we were not learning to practice a profession, right? Because it was all theory. And after 4 years of attending those classes and going to school and making my homework and studying to pass the tests that we would have, and at the end of the fourth year studying to pass the exam, and then I took the exam, and then I made it. I passed, and I got the diploma, right? So we could say, well, that's a success, right? So how did that success came about? How did it came into existence? Well, it was because I attended those classes for 4 years. Just one moment, please. I'm sorry for the interruption. That was my phone, and it was a alarm that I had set in the phone when I was working in this other town, and then I would have to take the little van, the little bus, to get back home here. And so I put it in my phone as a reminder that at 5:15 I have to go to the bus stop, so I would be on time to catch the bus to get home, right? So that was that. I'm sorry. Okay, so how did this success manifested, if that's the right word to say it? Because for 4 years I attended all those classes, and I made my homework and I studied for all the tests, and I also studied for the exam, and I took the exam, and I succeed. How do you say it? This is one of my cats. She's called Jingle Bells, and apparently she wants to also get on the video. What I wanted to say, yeah, I took the exam and I passed the exam, and because of all of that, I got the diploma. So so that is one of my success experiences. So let me tell you about another one. Somewhere in 2007, I was looking for work, and I applied for a job at Landau Green Parks, which is in the city of Doetinchem in the Netherlands. And I got a job as a dishwasher there. They have they obviously have a restaurant, but they also have a sauna. So they have two kitchens. There is also a lake there, and so they have. You can also sit outside, and they have this terrace, right? So it's really beautiful to go there, and you sit on the terrace and you have a drink or have a meal. And they have a sauna. They have a swimming pool. They also have this I have to translate that. Oh, it's the same word, bungalow. They have these small houses for holidays, the bungalows, right? They have lots of them there. So that was the business where I got a job as a dishwasher, and I started in the summer of 2007, and I worked there until the start of 2012, so 4.5 years. As a dishwasher, I I did the best I could. I worked hard. I worked quickly, right, to get the dishes through the washing machine, to get them clean and how do you say it? Uh, Clean and dry, right? So because the waiters they needed the cups, right, for the coffee, and then the cooks in the kitchen they needed the plates for the dishes. So I worked fast, I worked hard, and after a while uh, I was uh, I was able to learn what they call the cold side of the kitchen. That is where you make how do you say that? Oh, the appetizers and desserts. So where the cold side is making the appetizers and the desserts, right? So the appetizers could be like a salad, and the desserts are mostly ice cream. And then, so you could say that's like eventually I was doing the cold side, right? So I was making the appetizers and the desserts. So you could call that a small promotion. And then after a while of doing that, I learned the warm side of the kitchen, which was to make soup and to make a steak, to make salmon, right? So that was then another promotion, you could call that. Uh, and then uh, they also offered me a course to go to school one day in the week. Uh, so at one time, I worked in the kitchen, which was connected to the sauna, and then there they would also there have a lounge room and a restaurant, like for the visitors of the sauna and the swimming pool, which was a bit of a smaller menu, right? So not very many dishes on it, and the kitchen would open at 12 o'clock at noon. So I had to be there before 12, and the kitchen would close at 9 o'clock in the evening. So that's already a 9 hour work day. And then after that, you also had to clean the kitchen, right? You cannot leave the mess like that. And that also would take about 1 hour and sometimes longer if you are tired, right? If it was a really busy day with a lot of visitors, a lot of customers. And if you that's a 10 hour uh, work day, and then if you do that 5 days a week, that's 50 hours a week, right? And sometimes the people they would have enjoyed their meal, and then they would say to the waiter or the waitress, give my compliments to the cook. We have really enjoyed the food, and then I would get a compliment, and that's absolutely great, right? That's recognition for your work. So, and then I would go to like the manager, and I would say, well, now I have more responsibility, and can I get paid more? And then he said, okay, and so I got paid more. Uh, this is another one of my cats. Uh, uh, so depending on the amount of hours that I worked, I would get like maybe a bit more than minimum wage, 1,400, 1,500 euros a month, something like that. And I had to really work hard for it. So we can label that as another success experience of mine, right? So uh, how did this success experience came about? How did I achieve it? Well, I worked first as dishwasher, then I learned the skill of cooking, and I worked hard, and I worked a lot of hours, and I was successful as a cook. Okay, so I have a third success experience that I want to share with you. It was, so I told you I started my second business in 2015, and this year in April, well, it was like spring, almost summer, right? So it was good weather, and then it's nice to go out and do door to door selling, right? Because the weather is fine, the sun is shining. Uh, so, and I decided at one time I'm like really gonna go for it, right? So I worked 7 days a week from Monday till Sunday, and then one day a week I would go or to the village of Whale, uh, where my sister lives. So I would go there with the bus and then the train, and I would get to her house. and then we would have coffee and we would talk a little bit, and then I would say, well, I would take my bag of greeting cards with me, and I would say, well, I'm going to work a little bit in her little village, right? And then I would go out selling there, and after a couple of hours, I would get back to her house, and then would have dinner, and then I would like well play a bit with her kids, right? Because she has two kids. I am an uncle, and I would drink a beer or two. I would smoke a bit of tobacco. We would talk a bit more, right? And then in the evening I would get back to my house here, or I would. And then we would ask Mama to also come there so that we can have a meal together or coffee together. Or I would go to the city of Duttenham where my mother lives, and then we would have coffee, and then I would say I'm gonna go to work a little bit, right? I would take my bag of greeting cards with me, and then I would go out selling, and then after that I would get back to her house. I would ask her also to call my sister and ask if she and the children can come to visit us, right? So that I see them both or all four of them in the same day. So that's what I did, and I think I worked like 27 days in a row, 7 days, 7 days a week. That's that's almost 4 weeks, right? And I sold a lot of packages of greeting cards, and then I also I think I made like 305 sales, and then you have to multiply that by €5 because a package of greeting cards is €5, and that would be like €1,525. And then I had online, I had also sold some books, and the total royalties was like 175. So you add that to each other, and that would then be like €1,700. And let's say, for example, that my living expenses are 1,400. Then you deduct that from the 1,700. You have €300 left. And then my business expenses were like 200. You deduct that too. And then you have €100 left. So with what I earned in that successful month was enough to pay for the living expenses, to pay for the business expenses, and also have some money left to either save or to enjoy myself, right? Or do both, right? and that was a very successful month for me, and I was obviously very excited and happy about it, and I was also obviously very tired, from working every day. But that is also a success experience, right, in business and in sales. So how did this success experience came about? How did I achieve it? Well, like I told you, I had gotten sales training in 2015, and then from then on, I was selling. I was selling every month for 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 about 6.5 years, right? I was selling in summer when it in spring when the weather is fine, right? I was selling in summer when it was too hot. It gets more than 30 degrees Celsius here in the Netherlands in the summer, so it's really hot, right? I was also selling in autumn and in winter, when it's cold, when it's raining, when it is snowing, when it's cold, right? I have to now it will now it's December. It will become winter. I have to wear like clothes underneath my clothes. This thermal clothes to keep me warm, right? Uh, so how did I achieve this success in sales and in business? I got sales training and I got sales experience, and then I went out selling. So I learned the skill. I learned the skill of selling door to door, and then after that, I practiced that skill for many years, for 6.5 years, right? And then in April 2022, I just worked a lot. I worked 7 days a week for almost 4 weeks in a row, right? And then after that, I was successful in that month, right? Okay. Uh, I hope I'm not like confusing you. I have just shared with you three success experiences of mine, with different things, with different kinds of work, and after sharing the success experiences, I would ask, how did I achieve that success? And then I would answer how I achieved that success, right? So those are my experiences. And what do you think is the secret to success now? Do you have any idea? So for me, in my experiences, it was studying, it was learning a skill, it was working for many, many years. And then after that, working a lot of hours, right? In the kitchen, I was working like 50 hours a week. So that's a lot. And then after that, I became successful, right? So to me, the secret to success is in the work, right? Okay, so you can agree or you can disagree, but that is my experience. And that's how I found the secret to success in my experience, right? And then I was also reading a book, and that is this book. I think you have heard of it, The Millionaire Next Door by Stanley and Danko. And they have interviewed like 500 millionaires, the self-made millionaires, right? Who achieved success by themselves, not the ones that inherited the money, because that's something different. And then they say that a third of those millionaires is working like 45 hours to between 45 hours and 55 hours a week, right? So that's more than average because the average person works 40 hours. And then I quote that in my book, and then I just ask like, why are they doing that? Are they all crazy? When you can just sit in your house and visualize success and have it manifested, right? And then you can probably so one third of those millionaires worked from 45 to 55 hours a week. And you can imagine and guess correctly that what did the other two-thirds of millionaires do? They obviously all worked to get there, to become successful, right? So So here again, I have found the secret to success in my study, and it is again the secret to earning money and the secret to becoming successful is in the work, right? And I have found that to be true in my experience, and I have found that to be true in my study. So, and that's what I have written about, and that's why I call this book of mine, This is the Real Secret to Success, right? Okay, and then I also have, that's like the title of the book, This is the Real Secret to Success. and then I have a subtitle to it, and that is forget about forget about mindset, shiny objects, and the law of attraction, right? So maybe some people can like perceive that in a negative way. Uh, I am aware that there are books and there are courses and so on based upon all those things. And I'm like saying that it is not so, right? I'm trying to disprove that in this little book of mine. So it's gonna be controversial, right? So then let us then talk a little bit about those things, right? So first, mindset. Um, if mindset is the secret to success, then explain to me the following. Okay, uh, I have I've like woken up. I got up. I would have my coffee, and I would like not feel that great, right? I would just I don't know. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't feel good. I felt a bit down, right? Bit like a bit tired, a bit pessimistic, right? uh, I've in the time that after my mental disability, I could not focus. I could not find work. My debts would pile up. Uh, there was no money. There was no income. If I found work, I could not keep it for long. Right. So then, after starting my business and getting up, then there would be days that I would like not feel that good. Right. So I was here. I've made some notes. I was tired, and I was worried. I was worried. How am I gonna pay all these debts that have accumulated? Right, because progress in my business is so slow. Right, and I did really not feel like going to work. Right, that day. So what kind of mindset was I in at that day? It was a crappy mindset, right? You're tired, you're worried, you don't feel like working, you just don't feel good, right? So it was on that day I had a crappy mindset, right? But then I would discipline myself to 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 eat and to get ready, to take a shower, to get ready for work, and I would still go out selling my greeting cards, right? Because after a few years, that became a habit, right? So I disciplined myself anyway, and I went out selling. But I was not feeling enthusiastic. I was not feeling happy. I had a crappy mindset at that day. And then I would, for example, visit 40 or 50 people, 40 or 50 addresses. 1 out of 10 would buy. So I would have found 5 customers. And for every sale, for every package of greeting cards sold, I get €5 times 5 customers was €25. And you can then say, well, that's like 5 successful presentations, 5 successful sales presentations, because they were concluded with a customer buying a product, right? And well, how can that be, right? When you're having this crappy mindset, right? How these 5 successes came to be? Well, it was certainly not because of my crappy mindset, right? It was because of the work, because I went out working. That is why. Okay, there may be lots of people who will disagree with me, but that is my experience. Okay, and I write from my experience, right? Okay, so the next thing. The next thing is shiny objects, and what is that? Well, that can be the different things for example, for achieving success. When you come out with something new and you say, well, if you use this or do this, it can lead to success, right? So let's say that I think that social media are shiny objects, right? Why would I say that? Yes, I do use Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and obviously YouTube. But why would I say that's a shiny object? I have uploaded my greeting cards on social media on my accounts. I've written like a article or sales presentation. Well, this is me. This is what I do. These are my greeting cards, my products that I sell, and for example, here the supermarkets also sell greeting cards, but one greeting card at the supermarket is like €2. And at my company, one greeting card is just €1. And then the supermarket doesn't support charities, and my company does. So I would tell that in the article, in the post, in the presentation. If you buy greeting cards from me, then you save half the money, and you support charities, and you support people with a disability, So it's like a good deal and beneficial, right? And then I would say this is my company's website, and you can go there and you can order a package of greeting cards, right? And in in the past 7 years and 2 3 months that I am having this business, I have only had 2 online orders, only 2 in more than 7 years, right? Uh, and then there was I would at one time I would have this offer. You could have like the mug with the business logo and enjoy life, and I would fill it up with candy and I would wrap it in like a gift. So it was a gift mug. And then together with the gift mug, you would get a package of greeting cards, of 5 greeting cards and 5 envelopes. It was like a combination offer, right? And that was like 10 euros, I think. And then I would the shipping fee would the shipping would be free, right? So it was only 10 euros. And then one guy ordered it for himself, and then after a while he ordered it for a friend of his, right? But that's only two online orders in more than 7 years. And offline I've made thousands and thousands of sales. I've sold thousands of packages of greeting cards, and I've sold about 200 of these gift mugs, right? Uh, so apparently, uh, these social medias they are not working for my business, right? And that's why I would call them a shiny object, because it takes time, it takes energy, right? And at at the end of the day, you get no sales, you get no results. Uh, all I got was frustration, right? Maybe for my books that it's a bit different. Maybe there for that it works a bit better, but I would not know because I cannot measure it, right? I cannot measure it. Uh, if I for example have this for marketing for marketing my books, and I would order 1,000 of these, and I would go out and deliver them to people's mailboxes, and then out of those 1,000 people that got it, let's say 10 ordered a book, then that is measurable, right? Uh, but just posting stuff on social media is not measurable for me. And then maybe someone will say, well, you have to like promote your posts or your articles on it, but that is then that is just advertising, right? That you pay to get a message out, to have people visit your website or buy your product or whatever. And then, unfortunately, a lot of the times, there was not enough money. There was no funding to do advertising, right? So, okay, and then we have the last thing that I mentioned in the subtitle of my book, which is the law of attraction. But how does that even work, right? So does that mean you can like attract people into your life? How are you gonna attract them? By just thinking about it, by visualizing it? Why would companies spend millions of euros, millions of dollars on marketing and on advertising if you can just sit in your home and attract people, right? I don't know, man. To me it just does not make any sense, right? And maybe there is like a thing that where something would happen or a few things would happen, and then you would like think that you have attracted some people or some experiences into your life, but then it's what really happened is you, you there was they call this mond-op-mond reclame, which means mouth-to-mouth advertising, right? So uh, if people read a book and they love it a lot, then they would tell other people about it, and that's mouth-to-mouth advertising. Or if they would meet you and they were so impressed with you, with how likable and nice you are, then you would also get mouth-to-mouth advertising for free, because they will tell their family, tell their wife, their husband, and tell their friends and family about you. But that's then mouth-to-mouth advertising. That has nothing to do with attracting anything or anyone, right? Uh, like I said, I am not. I'm not in the business. It also says in the description of this video, I am not in the business of trashing anyone. I am not in the business of trashing any product or creation. Uh, I am I am in the business of selling greeting cards door to door. I'm in the business of selling my books online. Uh, I I I talk and I write from my experiences, right? And I just tell the truth, right? Uh, uh, so maybe after hearing all of this, thinking about it, you think, well, you are right. Uh, the real secret to earning money, we are not making money. They are making it at the mint, where they make the coins and the bills, right? We are not making it. We are earning it, and the secret to earning money and earning success is in the work and not in all those other things. Maybe you think, well, Yasmin or Jasmine, I don't know how you pronounce my name there. Maybe you think, well, you make a lot of sense. I think you are right, and I should study a bit more and work a bit more, and I should learn skills, right, and then work a bit more. Or you totally disagree with me, and that's also fine, right? I cannot help I cannot help everybody, right? I know that. uh, 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 well, I'm rolling another tobacco for myself. I'm just thinking like, what more can I say, or what more can I add to this? Uh, I a while ago I've changed my approach to my books. Uh, it just like dawned upon me like, well, it's actually the same as it is with the greeting cards, right? So with the greeting cards, I I prepare them. I package them in the bags before I go to work. I take a few of these flyers with me. I take a shower. I have a meal. I prepare myself, and then at the door, I'm always polite. I'm always smiling to the people, and whether they are nice and polite to me or they are not, I still remain nice and polite to them, because I don't know what their story is. Right? They could just have had their worst day ever, right? Then they don't want uh, anyone at their door selling them something, for example, right? So in in case a relative would die, for example, right? Then you're just sad and maybe angry, and then you don't want anyone at your door selling you anything, right? So and then I thought, well, uh, with the books it's about the same, and that I have to write in a friendly way, and uh, I should do the best I can on the book, to make it good for the people so that they have a good product. And I should also edit my books to get out the spelling errors, and to get out the old links that don't work anymore, and so on. And I also thought maybe I was charging too much for my books. Maybe they are a bit overpriced. So I've lowered the price. It's about 15 or 16 euros for a paperback, and it's about 99 cents for an ebook, right? So if you get the ebook and you don't like it, then it's not a big issue, right? It's just 99 cents. And then I also decided, well, I had decided to give a lot of my books for away for free a while ago, when I was inspired by this book, The Go Giver, and it was also in Corona time, and a lot of people were more at home, and I thought, well, maybe it would be nice if they had something to read. Then I would I'll give away my books for free. And since then I'm still doing that. So at kobo.com and smashwords.com you can get a lot or most of my books for free. And so it became more about helping people, right? And my videos lately, maybe when I started it was like making videos for marketing purposes, and then lately it became also more about just helping people, right? Giving good value. And if with helping people and giving good value to them, and and in that way building trust. And then that would, after I don't know how much time, that would maybe result in some of the people buying a book of mine, then that's wonderful, right? uh, so uh, I hope uh, uh, I I hope that you understand that I also made this video just to explain some things, right? And I obviously hope that it will be helpful to you. And it is not meant to trash anybody, any creator, or to trash any creation, right? It's just sharing my experiences and what I think and what I've experienced and what I've found and why I have written this book. So I hope that it helps you. Uh, if you agree or disagree, you are free to let me know in the comments. So it's no problem. I'm open to that. Thank you very much for listening. I know it's a bit a long video, but we had to cover a lot of stuff, right? So thank you again, and until the next time, bye bye.